we were dealing with some issue and with involving another person, and she effectively said something to me about, well, I mean, the problem is you're just so intimidating. And I said, I've got to be the least intimidating person that you've ever met. Have you ever heard me raise my voice? And she says, no, you raise your eyebrow. And I thought, huh. And I think I kind of raised my eyebrow, went into my office, and she probably ended up in tears. I'm not sure how that worked out, but that's kind of an example how, personal growth and how you deal with people and how you're perceived, even though you may not picture yourself. And, when you're in business, if you're at the top of the pyramid, that creates a lot of assumptions about you that you may not included about yourself. So being the
It's
boss
interesting you
has its
say that,
own
and I
challenge.
notice those types of things. So what I'm hearing from you is that part of the growth is the acuity with which we listen to the feedback that comes. And in our business lives, sometimes that feedback is going to come softer or not quite overbearingly. And it's subtle. We have to be willing to hear that. You could have just dismissed what your assistant said as, well, she's wrong. And I'm thinking about this. I had another client I had a conversation with a few weeks ago, and the same thing came up. I mentioned to her, I said, your staff probably finds it's fairly intimidating. She's like, no, I'm not intimidating. I said, well, hang on a second. The fact that you built a 50+ million dollar a year business, the fact that you're as articulate as you are, the fact that you have the composure that you do, by definition, those are intimidating things for a fairly broad cross section of people that you'll meet in the world.